right. Well, exciting episode today. A communist versus capitalist debate. This is going to be a 2v2. You guys can unmute yourselves now. So we are going to be debating capitalism versus communism. Very exciting. So we flip the coin, and the communist side gets to say their opening statements first. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. You have the floor.
Oh, wait, hold on. Before we start.
Yeah. Our second moderator just said that he's going to be joining us in a minute, and he's having trouble. So I say that we just start our opening statements and let him work it out. So
Hold on. Before the opening statements start, free market, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just waiting for you to.
Free market 101 is our moderator. We have Marxist activist who is Aaron. Frida, what is your Instagram account?
I don't know it. I lost it.
Oh.
So I don't really know it right now.
Oh, well, that's okay. He's on the communist side, and then with me we have the Florida Libertarian. His Instagram name is Florida Libertarian _V2, and mine is the Political 12-year-old, as you all know.
Correction, it's actually Libertarian Florida.
Yeah, sorry, Libertarian Florida _V2, and yeah, I think that's it. All right, let's carry on. Ready when you are.
All right. So I would like to mention the death toll under capitalism. So, well, it's around 250 million. So get own kids. All right. It's not.
Okay, go. We're, I mean, you can keep going. Like.
Yeah. So. 8 million people per year starve to death.
Oh my god. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh yeah, I'm muting myself because we gotta let him finish.
I don't want to do it anymore.
Okay. Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay. The other communists, do you have any opening statements to make? Otherwise, it goes back to us.
Yeah.
Well, I have nothing better than that.
Okay. I will begin my opening statements.
Wait. Yeah. We have our other moderator here. His Instagram account is 1964.movement. Yeah. Hey. Yo, Sean, your voice is really bad. Your audio.
Can you hear me now?
A little bit, but it's still like weird.
Okay. Is it cutting in and out, or is it just quiet?
It's just like cutting in and out. Like just can you use like your built-in microphone on your PC or something?
I'm using my phone, so.
All right, just go, cause.
Okay. Over the past 200 years, two very distinct economic ideologies rose to power: communism and capitalism. Capitalism is based in a completely voluntary society where the labor works wherever he chooses. In communism, however, certain principles make it nearly impossible for a worker to find an adequate job, let alone move up the corporate ladder. One principle is the labor theory of value, which states an item's worth is determined by the labor that a worker put into it. What this theory fails to remember is that you need land, capital, and labor, not just labor alone, to make a profit. Because the theory does not factor existing money or land into the equation, it is not accurate and can lead to a slippery slope in terms of pricing. Subjective value is also another example of something that the LTV does not factor in. At the end of the day, the value that two consumers place on a single good is based on their tastes and personal preference, and is independent from the amount of labor hours put into the particular good. Communism has not gotten along with everybody. Vladimir Lenin's rule killed 4 million people, while Joseph Stalin's rule led to the deaths of 50 million. Altogether, communism has left a very destructive path in its wake, with the grand total of communism-related deaths across the world at 94 million.
All right. And as my teammate has talked about this, he quoted two oppressive dictators, Stalin and Lenin. The only problem is that he is only scratching the surface. We can look at the paper, statistics, or in general, but no matter how you look at it, communism always leads to poverty and oppression. USSR, Cuba, Venezuela, Latin America, all of it. These are good examples of how communism doesn't work. One reason is because equal outcome does not equal equality. When most people work their ass off but are still as poor as everyone else, there becomes no hunger to make it. All right, now you guys can refute that if you would want.
All right. About the statement about death statistics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might lag out during this, so.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. It's my bad if I do.
Okay, you can refute now.
Right. About the death statistics. I don't believe in that. 100 million people really didn't die.
But you believe believe
I have-
8 million from capitalism is true.
I have
but not.
statistics.
You have statistics, but the problem with those statistics is you're not including the deaths from actual from the actual government. You're just including deaths from not famines, but from natural disasters and wars. That's the only that's only what you're including. You're not including deaths from, and you're also including domestic murders, which has nothing to do with the economics.
Can I include something for a second?
Yeah.
The statistic I gave was actually 94 million. So yeah, it's close, but it's not.
Yeah,
quite
it's
what
not
I
100 million, but it's 94 million.
The other thing is, so if you had some basis behind your claim that that number was false, maybe it would hold up in here. But you can't just say I don't believe it and then give us another statistic that you feel we should believe.
Yeah.
Wait, let me ask both of you how. So the sources you were checking, how did they die? From poverty? From what did they die from?
Wait.
I can tell you that a combined 8 million alone died from Vladimir Lenin just in his first few months trying to collectivize everybody, because he killed 3 million kulaks and he sent the rest to gulags. And of those who weren't, they were forced to collectivize, and the shortage of farmers led to a famine, and that killed an additional 5 million people within Russia. So that is directly state interference, not some, outside event that caused them to die. That was directly because of Vladimir Lenin ordering everyone to collectivize.
Yeah. And also famines.
Well, that too. That was just an end result. But 3 million to start off with, that's a pretty high number, and they were all farmers. And also the population of animals that the farmers killed never got back on track with its pre-collectivization levels.
Can you refute that, Frida? Or Aaron?
So, USSR was my accent. It was from the first more third world country in the sense we're talking about today. It would be considered a third world feudal society. And you can't really work in socialism in a good way from there. You have to collectivize and industrialize very fast or quick compared to other nations, so mass killings and such will come.
So you're using the excuse of fastly collectivizing to kill 3 million farmers?
I don't use that as an excuse. I just say that no one could really prevent it.
So if it couldn't have been prevented, why was it tried in the first place?
It's no. I don't know. Lenin is stupid.
Yeah, then why are you trying to defend him?
Lenin,
Why are you trying to defend? Why are you trying to stand up
I'm not defending
for an
him.
oppressive economic belief
It's not
that
oppressive.
It have
it's
nothing
not
to do with
oppressive? But
economics.
every single leader, name me one leader that practiced communism that wasn't oppressive. Go.
Communism doesn't have leaders.
What?
It believes in stateless society.
Stateless currency.
How is the USSR stateless? How is the USSR
It wasn't
stateless?
communist though.
It was socialist.
It practiced
was-
communism, and its end goal was communism.
the end result. Okay, here, can I say something for a second?
Yeah.
The only difference really is the social classes. But yes, you're right. The end result, they wanted some form of communism.
Communism.
But regardless, okay, hold on. Yeah, regardless, even if they don't have a leader, there's someone who always starts the movement, okay? Lenin, he was the leader of the Bolsheviks. And even if he, which we all know this didn't happen, even if he ended up not being someone important, he still led the Bolshevik Revolution. So all these people looked up to him, and he was doing all these crazy things, which inspired more crazy things.
Yeah.
So back to the political 12-year-old's point. Please, dude, name one leader, socialist, communist, it doesn't matter because
Yeah.
they're almost the same.
Socialism and communism there's really no difference except socialism is suicide and communism is murder.
How about Evo Morales?
There's quite a
What?
big difference between them.
Oh, wait, free
Evo
market.
Morales.
Evo Morales. You say that?
Evo Morales?
Yeah,
And what is
Socialist
important to
leader.
communism or socialism?
Yeah.
He's a socialist leader, and he's non-oppressive.
Of who? Of what country? Well,
Bolivia.
we're not talking about socialism right now. We're talking about communism and Marxism. So,
Yeah, but socialism
It's
is
a
a road
reason.
to communism.
okay,
Can't just-
but again,
No.
So who is this leader? Who are they leading and what country?
Bolivia. That's what they said.
Bolivia?
Bolivia, that was if I think I may be mistaken, but I think that was a part of the USSR.
No, dude, Bolivia's from South America.
Bolivia is in South America.
Sorry, that was a little off track. No, yeah, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, Bolivia is a part of
Yeah.
South America. And if you're looking at South America as a whole right now, they're not doing so good. Look at Venezuela, look at Bolivia's neighbors. Okay? Some of them are doing okay. Some of them are doing horrible because of the economic sanctions put in place. And those countries happen to be of communist or socialist origin.
Okay.
So wait, are you calling Venezuela socialist or communist?
Yes.
Socialist.
It,
It
Well,
isn't
yeah, it's-
socialist.
Right now,
I'm calling.
okay, fine.
I'm
Just
calling.
define the current political state in Venezuela for me then.
Social Democrats.
Okay, so wait, you're saying democratic socialism, right?
Social. Depends.
Okay, so the vibe.
Wait, I have a question.
You're
So,
speaking.
wait.
Yeah, 1964.
Yeah. So, who brought up Bolivia or Venezuela? Because that's what I heard a few minutes ago. My bad if I couldn't really hear people. So who brought that
Yes,
up?
Bolivia was brought up. I think that was brought up by.
Yo, Sean, you need to change your mic or something. Like, are you using your headphone
No,
jack?
I think his mic is fine.
Yeah.
Wait.
Like it sounds really bad when you use your headphones or something.
Is this better now?
Yeah, it is.
No.
No, it's better. It's better.
Yeah.
I mean, you can.
Yeah.
Before you couldn't really hear him that well, but now it's understandable. It's just that the mic
Yeah.
isn't that good.
Okay, it must have been my mic. Sorry.
Yeah.
Alright, so yes, who did bring up Bolivia, please?
Me. I brought up about Bolivia.
Okay, it's 1964. You were going to say something about it?
Yeah, I was gonna say something. I was just interested in who brought it up and why did they bring Bolivia up? Because I just heard something about.
They claim that it's a non-oppressive government.
No, okay.
It's very successful.
Socialism. Well, I don't know the current political state of Bolivia, but I can tell you if it practices anything to do with communism or socialism, it's probably next on the chopping block to have a very poor economic state.
Well, the economy in Bolivia is actually booming right now. So
Actually, it's GDP right now is 2,867, and Paraguay is 4,264.
Ouch. Okay, so, well, yeah, South America as a whole isn't doing so great, but I was trying to talk about Venezuela, which is in South America and sort of close to Bolivia, and you look at the situation there right now. They practice some form of socialism, whether that's democratic or not. I couldn't get your answer from the communist side, and you have people on the streets, like like it's not a pretty scene over there.
And like one of my friends was from in one of my classmates. She was from Venezuela. She had to leave because her neighbors were. She told me stories. Her neighbors her parents did pretty good for themselves over there, but her neighbors had they were anorexic. They every time they went on the street they tried to get some food. There was always beggars. Yeah.
Wait. Okay, I don't know. I'm just gonna bring this up. Do any of you know who Guns Are Fun?
I know who she is.
Yeah, she's
I
like
know who she is.
100 pounds.
Well,
Okay, that's irrelevant
She's
right
a
now.
Venezuelan.
Mr. Lek.
Wait, she's Venezuelan?
She's
No, I'm
Venezuelan.
just joking. No, I'm just joking.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so,
Yeah.
No,
so
I know.
anyway,
I know you're joking. I'm not. I'm just saying.
even if Bolivia isn't, doing the worst right now, as the political 12-year-old just said, their GDP isn't so great, and their neighbors aren't doing so great either, so it's only a matter of time before they're next.
Venezuela's
Yeah.
problems right now. They're about 15% of the residents are eating garbage to try to survive. They can't find food, or they can't either afford food, or they can't find it.
Yeah, and
They raided some animal places, as some zoos as well, to try to get some food.
Yeah, it's horrific.
I'll give you a hint. Guess what systems practice there?
what?
Socialism.
No, it's not. It's social
Not
democrats.
socialism.
It's not
It's
social
not-
democrat. If you look it up, it says in 1998, Hugo Chavez established. Well, I mean, you can't. I guess you can't consider it full socialism in your understanding, but it's
Social
basically.
Democrats have
The means of
Social-
production isn't used by the worker.
Social Democrats have a history of calling themselves socialists, the Socialist International and shit like that.
Okay, so
They're really not Marxist in any form. But they're calling themselves socialists.
yeah, because they're slightly libertarian, and I mean, Marxism is authoritarian.
And that's the big divide here. That's what we're all missing, is the difference between socialism and Marxism.
There's differences, a lot of
Well,
differences.
socialism existed before Marx, so I mean,
In socialism, we still have freedom, some freedoms,
in socialism,
social freedoms.
Because there's social classes in communism. There are no social classes.
You guys want to move on to specific topics that you can talk about, like healthcare?
I'd like to talk about Cuba. I would like to see their position on Cuba as a Cuban.
No, I have a question for a political 12-year-old too. Since you were talking about oppressive regimes, that's what you were bringing up. What is your opinion on Ba'athist regimes like Syria and Iraq? Well, Iraq when it was under Saddam Hussein. Yeah. I mean, they're not really socialist because
Yeah, that's
I mean,
really relevant.
they call themselves that, yeah. But I'm just wondering what you think about Syria.
I mean, I hate Assad. I hate the rebels. I really hate everyone in the Middle East. So I find that question a little irrelevant, but
Yeah, I'm really on the side over there. You know, Assad is.
yeah, I don't think anyone likes anyone in the Middle East
Yeah, because the other thing is
except for Israel.
Yeah.
Israel's crap, so
You want to bring up their GDP?
Yeah.
it's nothing about
That's not how you
economics.
that's
It's
why
about
you're
what they
not
do.
define a good country. It's like then America is the best country in the world because you're rich.
Dude, Israel's fucking weak. They gave up the Sinai Peninsula.
They do.
They should have just expanded to all of the Middle East.
12-year-olds are talking about social issues that they claim makes Israel bad.
Oh,
No, it's nothing economic. They're talking about the social actions of Israel's government.
Such as the Palestine.
Yeah, that's one of the big deals that they talk about is how Palestine is, you know, this oppressed state because of Israel.
okay. Can we move on to economics because
Okay,
this is
yeah.
getting a little off track?
Okay.
All right. So moderator, do you have any questions for the communist side?
Do you want to debate on I don't know, private property or some shit? 'Cause I have.
Yes,
Okay, private
absolutely.
properties.
Okay.
So,
Go ahead.
the Marxist opinion on private property.
Private. Oh, you can go Friday.
Well, the private property is inherently oppressive because as private property as in the means of production, not private property as your house. Make that distinction first.
Okay. Okay.
So when a private actor owns a factory that he don't use, he sits in a quarter somewhere else and manages it. It's inherently oppressive for him to own it and not allow the workers to own it.
So if I own a business and I have a product to be made, and I say, hey, if you make my product, I will pay you X amount of money. And the person
and then the employer and then the employee voluntarily says, "Oh, yeah, I'll do it." But
have no choice.
let's say wait. You have no choice. Well, let's say the CEO, okay? He's let's say he's terrible to his workers. I'm gonna treat you like crap, and I'm gonna pay you terrible amounts of pay. They don't have to work there. Who says that they have to work there? No one does, because you can. No, you don't.
You don't need to under a capitalist society. It's voluntary.
Yes, because look, if I don't like that, I don't have to voluntarily sign the paper. I can easily go to another factory or anywhere else and sell my labor elsewhere. And if I don't like that, I don't have to work.
You have to work or you will die.
Well, I'll tell you what. So, can I go?
Yeah.
Marxism is inherently a socio-economic literature used to justify someone's bloated sense of self-entitlement, okay? In any situation, you are forced to work, no matter where you go. Because if you don't make capital, you're going to die, because you don't have enough money to feed yourself. Now, under a system like Marxism, you have equal distributed amounts of poverty. You're not really going to see anyone rise up to the top because everyone gets treated the same. Under capitalism, you have distributed amounts of wealth. Sure, your neighbor might have a 2-story house and you have a 1-story house, but the point is, you have room to move up and go on in life without being stuck on some same equalistic level your whole entire life and not advance as a person.
And tell me one thing. How is it equal that when someone is working the hardest they can, and when they are working their ass off, you know, sweeping the floors, whatever it is, and let's say they work hard, you know, playing basketball, and they're the best basketball player, they're the MVP. How come the shitty basketball player who's 500 pounds and can't, you know, dribble, How come he has to get paid the same as the 500-pound guy?
I knew a guy who basically was that, but okay, yeah, go on.
Oh, wait, free market.
All right.
Who says it should? I mean, except from
No, I'm waiting.
Basically,
no one says it should.
Yeah, that's the whole point of Marxism, equal outcome.
No, it's about you get what you make. If I make a fucking bowl of bread, I get that bowl of bread and not half of the bowl of bread. That's what it's about, not getting equality everywhere.
basically,
Oh, I'm just wondering, is that Charles Martel in your profile picture?
Yes.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. I like it.
Okay.
Okay, go on.
Hey, free market, you're muted.
Free market's muted. But yo, Sean, you go, because I refuted the last point.
Oh yeah. Well, no, that's all I was gonna say. Was just about. Oh, also, a lot of people in Marxism or socialism or anyone in those groups, they all claim that workers are oppressed and they really don't have a choice when it comes to having to work. And an analogy that I heard used once is you're put into an arena and you're forced to fight either a lion or a tiger. Okay, now I heard someone of your guys' background use it, and he left out a few really good points. One, how did you get into the arena? And two, there is a third option. I can decide not to fight either one of them, curl up into a ball and let them beat me to death, or
I can pick up a stick and beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, I can try my best to beat the crap out of one of them, and maybe, just maybe, I'll have won and I will have got on with my life, as opposed to reluctantly.
Socialism, or Marxism, where you're faced against yourself and you both have sticks and you kill each other.
You're not bettering yourself by taking over the means of production and only providing what you make. That's not a very beneficial system, and it's not really one that's made sense or lasted throughout, an extended period of time. Also, do you guys support the labor theory of value?
yeah, I'm pretty libertarian as a Marxist.
Wait, no, the labor theory of value.
Labor theory of value?
Yeah, do you know what that is or support it?
I know what it is, yeah.
Nice.
Do you support it?
Do you support it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I'll let you go first, 12-year-old. Do you have any statements to make about the labor theory of value?
Yeah, first I want them to define the labor theory of value, because I've heard plenty of different descriptions of the labor theory of value from Marxists. So go ahead and define that, and then I'll refute. Because I don't want you to be thinking that I think something different. So
basically, it's the economic value of a product. That's what it is, and your labor.
So basically, if I make a loaf of bread, I should be getting paid how much that loaf of bread costs to make.
Yeah, basically.
So if here, I'll give an example, and it's an honest question here. Now, it might sound ridiculous, but if one guy's digging a hole, he digs for an hour, and he finds a diamond, and he sells it for $1,000. There's a second guy, he also digs a hole, he digs it for 20 hours, he also finds a diamond, and sells it for $1,000 as well. So how does that, how can that conform to labor theory of value? It's all based on personal preference, how you sell a product.
You don't sell products in communism.
Okay, oh yeah, that's right. Everything is free.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give a better example then. If I have something that I have, let's see. Okay, fine. If I'm in communism and I have a certain flavor of food that someone wants more than the other, and there are two people that come up to me for I'll call it blueberry yogurt, okay? Two people come up to me and they want this blueberry yogurt, okay? One guy says, I'll give you a half stick of my bread for your blueberry yogurt. And the other guy says, well, I like blueberry yogurt a little more than this guy, and I need it a lot more too, so I'll give you 3/4 of my bread. So, even though we all have the same thing, after it gets distributed to the people, the value of that item is still going to be subjective if someone else wants to use it later.
Yeah, and also you like in communism, everything is free. Who pays for that?
You don't pay for it.
No, but I'm saying how no. Like how is it free?
How is it free? Because it is free. It's distributed.
Oh, it's hugs free.
How do you?
No. Like how can you get the resources? Like how can you get the resources for that product?
What do you mean?
How do you produce?
You're saying, yeah. How do you produce a product if there's no end goal? Why should there even be a need to make a product if there's no end goal? If there's no passion?
Well,
the
you
whole
contribute
point
to
of labor
society.
is to make money. Okay, go.
Well, the whole point of it is that you're going to contribute to society, and then you're going to redistribute that product. That's what it is. That's what you do.
If you want to contribute,
But what if someone doesn't want to contribute to society because there's no end goal?
They don't have to. It's a choice.
Then no one really has to.
Then what if no one does it? Then do they all?
Yeah.
How is the product gonna be? How is it gonna work if no one's gonna end up doing it? And everyone becomes lazy because everything's free.
They just get sent to a gulag, and then
Yeah, no worries. We got my gulags.
on a more serious note,
Gulags for all Geconians.
So I'm just joking. But anyway, can I say something?
Sure, yeah.
Mhm.
So, in a completely capitalistic society, it allows for communes. If you want to start a commune with someone else in a completely capitalist society where there are no laws regulating business, you can, because no one's stopping you. The point is, no one's going to want to. Okay? You can start socialist ideas within a capitalist economy, and you can do it all day long and whenever you want, and no one's going to give you any crap about it. The problem is, it's not going to last very long because you're going to get some better idea that comes along, which sounds a heck of a lot better than a commune, and more people are going to go to that. So I guess the point I'm getting at here is there's always going to be some sort of resistance to Marxism. If you looked at the Russian Revolution, I know it's a little different from Marxism, but you had the Reds versus the Whites, okay? The Whites were everyone else. You didn't have to be a communist. Excuse me, you didn't have to be a capitalist to be a Menshevik in the Russian Revolution. It was a joint force of everyone in Russia who ever...
Yeah, the Tsarists. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Weren't there a lot of Tsarists in the White
Yeah,
Army?
there were people from all walks of life joining
Yeah.
the Mensheviks.
Joining the whites.
It was freaking, Antrim, it doesn't matter. You could be one of those and not support capitalism, but you could hate communism. So there's always going to be some driving force against it, and that's pretty evident with the numbers of how many people how many people Marxism or communism have had to kill just to get everyone to go along with their plan.
Yeah, like how is it justified that if one person doesn't want to practice socialism, we just kill him, or we just exit him out of society? How is that
Doesn't work like
justifiable?
That's most astounding.
It doesn't work. Wait, no, go.
You educate them. You don't kill them.
So if they already,
But in
if
capitalism, go.
if they have a well-informed opinion already on socialism or Marxism, whichever, and they've seen it from an unbiased viewpoint, okay, so they know both sides,
and their end decision is to say, I don't really want to participate in a Marxist society. How do you go about re-educating someone like that without seriously hurting them or sending them away?
They don't have to participate in society if they don't want to.
No, but they have to because it's part
They
of
can
the
leave.
law.
You can
They
like
can-
live in the woods,
But they
and
won't be
If you don't want to be there, why don't you just leave?
because in the USSR they wouldn't let you.
But we don't advocate.
That's why the Berlin Wall was made because everyone left the communist society for the capitalist society.
He said he doesn't advocate the USSR.
Okay, fine. Please list a government more closely to your political beliefs that you do advocate for, and I can almost guarantee you there will be some instance of a killing happening in there because someone did not want to follow along with their economic plan.
My political ideology have never been put in practice in that way, but I mean, most closely, I think it's syndicalists in Spain. I think would be
Spain,
closest.
are you talking about the Spanish Revolution right after World War I?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that would be closest. But I still get my like.
Wait. Aaron, wait, hold on. Aaron, it says right here on your bio you're a Leninist.
I know. I'm a Marxist, Leninist, Maoist. That means I believe in their
That
theory.
means you advocate for Lenin.
No, I don't.
Because
I
you're
believe
saying
in their theory.
when you go.
So,
I believe in their theory.
all right, so Lenin is relevant in some way in this conversation, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, just making that sure. The second thing is, there's a reason why the nationalists won the Spanish Revolution, because no one wanted communism there. They gained immense support from other countries, including people within Spain, to get rid of anyone who supported Marxism or socialist ideologies while the Spanish Civil War was going on.
Yeah.
Francisco Franco, who, as you know, was a very nationalistic leader in the Spanish Revolution, he ended up winning this so-called power struggle because no one wanted to see Marxism or communism or socialism, any of those beliefs combined. They didn't want to see those take over.
No comment. As stated, I'm not really that kind of syndicalist, but they were weak. I wouldn't say no one wanted it because when they lasted,
No.
they were good. They were good, but they
Sure,
they didn't have the forces or outside influence to win in the long run.
Okay, but then afterwards,
You can't say
there had to be some pinnacle, focal point to cause this revolution. So obviously something didn't turn out right because
Also,
the nationalists took over.
I want to point out. Have you ever heard of the Vietnam War?
Yeah.
I mean, you
No,
should.
never watched that.
The whole- No, but like I'm saying that because the whole point of the Vietnam War was because they had to divide their nation because one part was communist and nobody liked it. So everyone kept leaving to the south side, which didn't necessarily practice pure capitalism, what was most aligned to it because of
Pure capitalism has never been practiced before.
True. Except like the closest that's gotten was 1950s economic revolution.
No, that the 1950s.
And that was the most prosperous time of America.
And don't forget,
a lot more socialist in the extent on the 1950s than it is now.
No, it's not that. Wait. Yeah, so it's not that the 1950s prospered because it was the most capitalist. No, it's okay. So have you heard about the 1960? I'm not sure if it was 1964 or 1965 Immigration Act. Do you anything know what that is? Yeah.
Yes.
So I guess the prosperity that was going on in the 1950s carried on into the early 1960s up until I mean, up until the Immigration Act was passed, because there was a huge demographic shift.
It was 1965.
Yeah.
I just fact checked.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's not just because the economics of the 1950s prospered, it's because of the demographics. I'm just gonna say that.
Okay, and so that's a fair point. Also, keep in mind, right after Calvin Coolidge was elected, we had the most economically prosperous time ever to be recorded in the Roaring '20s. Now, some of you may say, "Oh, the Great Depression hit after that." A lot of people actually just blame the next president, Warren G. Harding, for causing that. But we had a good, I believe, 9-10 year period where everything was just on the up and up. And that was due to less regulations and a little more of a laissez-faire approach to the American business and the American economy.
That's
Just
like
because-
Bush. Yeah, Bush was in a when Bush was senator, or like what the fuck you have in the Americas.
Wait, George Bush?
Hey,
Which Bush are we talking about here?
Yeah, which Bush are we talking about?
yeah, the boring type.
They're both boring.
So Junior?
Jeb.
The 9/11 or
Jeb.
yeah. Oh, Jeb.
So
Jeb.
Junior.
Jeb.
He was the governor.
The fucking
Yeah, Jeb.
Jeb Bush was the governor.
he in the fucking state he was in.
Florida.
S-
That's my state. That's political code-world state, and that's my state too.
Yeah.
So apparently it was good for when you were there and deregulated and shit. Went up, and then as quick as he left, the bubble just burst and the depression and shit. So I mean,
Wait a minute. Is he talking about the 2008 housing crisis? Is that what you're talking about?
Is that what you're talking about?
Because I heard him say bubble, and I also heard him say once he left. So, what time?
Wait, Sean, you need to fix your mic. Like it's getting like really quiet.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, who made that statement about Jeb Bush?
Him.
I don't know his name.
Frida, I think.
Okay. Frida, you were the one who was talking about Jeb Bush and
Yeah.
I believe
And
it was the housing
the
crisis.
house. Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, I applaud your audacity to try and kind of call out the state that I live in and also the state that
Yeah, I live in.
But the 2008 housing crisis, have you ever seen the movie The Big Short?
No.
I've seen it.
The Big Short focuses on the actions, not of the government, okay, but of an illegal, I'm saying it's illegal, okay, this was not legal in any way, an illegal practice done by investors within the United States. This was not an act of government, okay? And that's what caused the United States housing crisis in 2008 to burst, and that's what gave us the Great Recession. So, I don't know what you were trying to insinuate by bringing up Jeb Bush, but you
Wait,
really,
good try.
he really didn't have any.
Don't ask me. I haven't had sleep in like 3 days, so it's okay.
It's all right, but
It's all right.
trying to, I don't know, I don't really like Jeb Bush, but I
Me
do not
neither.
in any way for what happened to our state and the United States in 2008. He really had no part in it, and it was mostly the inside actions, the inside illegal actions of traders within the stock market and the real estate market that caused the 2008 recession. So this was not, it was crony capitalism, okay? This was
Capitalism
not
is by definition. You come.
No.
I mean,
no. Okay, crony capitalism. I'm a capitalist. I do not advocate for crony capitalism. Crony capitalism is like capitalism on AIDS, and that AIDS is the government because it's trying to be capitalism but sprinkled with little pieces of the government. So you're wrong. Not capitalism is not crony.
Maybe I used the wrong definition here, but what I meant to say was that it was an illegal practice and was no way related to legal, lawful entrepreneurship and capitalism. So, do you have any response to that?
Wait on you, bud. Because this is I'm on winning age right now. I need to find a topic where I can lose.
Yeah, well, if you don't, that's fine. But free market and 1964, you're welcome to bring up any question.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you guys want? I mean, you guys. I'll ask you. I'll ask the Marxists. What do you guys want to talk about?
Cuba.
Isn't it okay? Cuba.
Wait, so this is just
Cuba?
on economics, right? Oh yeah, Cuba, like you said. Okay, go on. Yeah, we can go.
Let's think of the situation in Cuba.
Yeah. I can bring up videos.
Oh, wait. Before you bring up Cuba, right? So, do any of you know who Antonio Primo de Rivera is? He isn't a Cuban, but have you the Spanish, the phalangist guy? Spanish national.
No.
Okay, so he was just fascist, right? And the thing is, Fidel Castro, he wasn't a fascist, right? But he was probably more fascist than most fascists on Instagram. Because it's not even a joke, too. He read all of this guy's books. Well, all these fascists, all they know is, the white race is dying out. We need to save it.
Okay, that's irrelevant but funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
to the Marxists here, do you have any comments, any support for
Of Cuba.
I don't.
I support Cuba.
You support Cuba. So let me run you down with a little history as a Cuban and whose grandparents fled from Cuba on humanitarian visas. So it was around in the 20th century when we had in Cuba a fascist dictator beforehand, and everyone was getting really sick of it because he was practicing economic imperialism, which is in no way capitalism. So,
last name
Batista. All right,
Yeah,
and what? Yeah, I think so. And what happened was there was a revolution, and Fidel Castro was the leader of that revolution. And people were excited. Actually, my grandfather practiced in that revolution because everyone loved him, except for the part that he was a lying scumbag. He promised freedom and prosperity. That's not what he did. He promised freedom and prosperity through socialism, which does not work. So
It does.
So what happened was he took First, he took away the guns. He took away guns that disarmed the Cuban people. Then he started to deplete anyone with any dissidents who disagreed with him, so that he could drain out the flock. And then my grandfather then joined the counter-revolution, because what happened was he told me stories.
Was he one of the people on the Bay of Pigs invasion?
Yes.
Okay.
No, he left before then. But he was an underground supplier for the counter-revolution. And what happened was he was actually getting tracked down by the Cuban government, because he not only did he speak out against the revolution before he even showed any signs of violence towards the government. He just spoke out, and already he was getting his property taken away, which wasn't even his. And then after that, he told me stories about how people were killed by firing squads for being gay.
Yeah, they were put in concentration camps.
Good riddance.
And then my grandfather and grandmother left on humanitarian visas because they were being persecuted and were going to die before they even left. So they left, and later my grandfather passed away, and my grandma told me more stories. But you see here that this is an example of how socialism and more government always leads to more oppression, because when people are free to do what they like, they know what's best for them, not the government.
I have a question. Can I interrupt?
Yeah.
Which one of you was the person who supported Cuba?
Aaron.
Me.
Okay. So documentaries since the trade embargo was just lifted, and also some travel permitted. Have you ever seen any of the documentaries of local TV stations from the U.S. going to Cuba?
No, because I'm not from the US.
Well, you don't have to be because they're available in the public domain on YouTube, and there are other channels that do not exist within the United States that have also traveled to Cuba and filmed the situation there. Have you seen any of those videos as well?
No.
No.
There are many independent projects as well that are not affiliated with any world or national, local TV station, which are also uploaded to YouTube. And when they go there, the situation is just abhorrent. Okay? There is one local TV station which I saw and is in my hometown that traveled to Cuba right after Obama lifted the embargo of trade. Bless you. And the citizens in that country, especially older people, are not. They didn't want to go on camera because they thought the camera was Cuban state TV, and they thought anything that they would say or being asked was just a trick to get them arrested and thrown in jail. They couldn't believe that these people were here and asking them these, crazy notions that they hadn't heard about in 50 plus years. And they thought that these news station people were really operatives of the Cuban government. So there's really a big sense of paranoia going around over there because of the action of Fidel Castro and his regime.
And not only that, but you'll see that when there's a choice between capitalism and communism, people will always choose capitalism. They don't like it. They don't want to take.
Because they're brainwashed.
How are they
They're
brainwashed?
brainwashed. Yeah, they're brainwashed by the government because of propaganda. Do you know the propaganda system over there? They're teaching them that Castro is some sort of god. Kim Jong-un is some sort of god. They're and
Kim
you
Jong
can
Un's
say,
not socialist. He's
okay, but he believes in bigger government, which communists believe.
Hold on, did they say was that genius?
No, I said he supports the Jewish system in North Korea.
I couldn't understand what you say. He supported what?
Kim Jong-un supports the
I don't know how to
Jewish
say
system,
it.
not socialism.
You guys talked at once.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, regardless, Kim Jong Un's no better. I really
Yeah.
don't even.
I don't. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the other thing was, which one of you was the Leninist? This is a little more economic of a question.
Aaron.
Who is the Leninist?
Me.
Aaron.
Okay, so are you familiar with Lenin's new economic program, or policy, excuse me, or policy? The
No, I
NEP.
don't.
So after Lenin had established a completely state-controlled economy, he started to realize that it wasn't doing so great because the economy was tanking. So Lenin introduced the NEP, which was the new economic policy. And what that did was it combined, it allowed for a form of capitalism to exist in Russia. And correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure it was state capitalism, so it wasn't completely free. But the point
It was state capitalism.
okay, so it was state
Yes.
capitalism. And guess what happened? The second he authorized the NEP and put it into place, the Russian economy went back up again, and everyone was doing okay. And the second he realized that the NEP had fixed Russia's problem, he took it
He
away.
turned it back. Yeah. He
Because
took
he
back
thought, okay,
capitalism,
now we can-
communism.
now we can go back to our state-run control of everything. And he thought he could just take the NEP away and everything would be fine. And guess what? The Russian economy tanked again. So, you gotta really look at the catalyst of that equation, okay? Of the formula. Of state-controlled means of production. Then you go to state capitalism, which is a step above, it's a step down from that, a little less restrictive. Everyone's doing fine. He takes it away, and everyone's doing bad again. And that was something authorized by Lenin himself. It's called the New Economic Policy. So, do you have any comments on Lenin's decision to do that?
No, I don't have any comments.
Do not?
No, because I don't support his economic policy.
But you have it on your bio. Leninist. That means you support his economic policy.
No, it just means that he supports theory.
Yeah, 12-year-old. That
I mean,
could mean a bunch
Yeah,
of
wait,
things.
no. I'm not his economic policies, but his economic philosophies is what I meant.
Philosophies.
Yeah, your philosophy, and what you're able to achieve within an economy that you're controlling 1 million plus people with are two different things. It's what you can't do that. So, if you don't support Lenin for his economic policy, what did you support?
Yeah.
Wait,
Marx.
but if 12-year-old is correct, he's saying that it said Leninist. I mean, in a combination. Don't get me wrong, there were other people listed, but Lenin's name is up there for a reason. So, what did you like about it?
His idea on guerrilla warfare.
Okay.
Well, military is not economics.
Yeah,
So-
sure. No, it's fine. He can have that up there. I just didn't know what he supported
Yeah.
about Lenin or not. So if it's something that's off topic, we don't need to go there because I really don't.
Guerrilla warfare is for faggots. Okay, yeah, go on.
No. I mean, guerrilla warfare is for like that guy who has a machine gun in the back playing Battlefield and is too afraid to like get a sniper. So that's what guerrilla warfare is. But let's move back to the debate.
Okay. Oh yeah. Can we go back to our moderators? Do 1964 or free market have anything to say?
So you brought up North Korea earlier, right? This isn't really an economic thing, but has to do with authoritarianism. Would you like to talk about that?
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Wait, does anyone here support North Korea? First of all.
I do not.
I mean,
Okay.
If you do,
I don't
Yeah.
support North
Yeah.
Korea,
I don't
but I mean,
know.
I don't want to be like that one guy, but I don't support North Korea, obviously, but at least they keep their culture intact compared to South Korea.
Well, that's
pretty
because they're
westernized.
completely isolationist. But
Yeah.
who was the person who one of the Marxists mentioned North Korea earlier? Who was that?
Me.
Yeah.
So, do you support it, or were you just mentioning it?
yeah.
I was saying that North Korea is a Jewish system, basically. It's their own economic, class system. It is.
Okay. So, what were you gonna? The mod was gonna say something about it.
Pardon?
No, the moderator. You were gonna say something about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Libertarianism.
Okay, so I think we should move on to another topic.
Can we get into some social issues?
You can move
Oh
on
yeah,
to
because
some
we're
social
nearing
issues.
the end of the debate. So I think you both are progressives socially. Am I correct?
Um.
It has LGBT in your bio, dude. It has LGBT in your bio.
LGBT.
Wait, so you support LGBT community, but you supported Fidel Castro as well?
Wait. On his Instagram account, Marxist activist put am I a fan of Stalin, and he put they're dank. So
Oh boy.
I mean,
Well, seeing as how Stalin physically changed Lenin's will so that he would become more powerful instead of Trotsky, and seeing as how Stalin sent Trotsky away to Mexico and had him assassinated by
Ice
an ice pick, I really don't see what you can support in that man, especially because of the millions of people he killed.
He didn't kill millions of people.
yes,
His
it did.
policies allowed for the
policies
deaths
allowed.
of millions of people.
His policy is allowed.
So if he didn't physically do it, he created a state in which anyone who didn't get along with him was more likely to be killed than they were before.
Not true.
Yes.
So how is
Yes.
that not true?
It's not an
It's
argument.
not true.
Provide facts.
What'd you say,
How's that
Fremont?
not true? How is that not true? you need to provide facts. It's not an argument if you just say it's not true.
It isn't true. I can't provide facts about it.
That's not an argument. You have to provide like.
There's no
Yeah.
way.
You can't
why
just
it's not
say
true.
like if I were to tell you, you know,
This happened with the death tolls earlier. He tried to give us some.
Yeah. You said 8 million people, 8 million died because of capitalism. Name one policy. Wait.
He said 200. He gave a number in the millions. He said like 214 million or something like that. It was
250 million.
Yeah.
Which also was not backed up with any evidence, but was
Yeah.
we're supposed to take on.
Which specific policies?
Yeah, give me one capitalist policy that encourages the government to kill people.
In a completely capitalistic society, okay?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah, I know.
Run by the free market.
Yeah, British India, where they did artificial famines and killed millions of people.
Wait. When the government does artificial famines, or provides artificial famines.
What do you
If
mean?
I'm in a capitalistic society and I run a business making food, even if it is morally wrong for those people to die, it's still my business and I'm not in charge of anybody else. It's different when the government does it and they're supposed to be taking care of these people. But as bad as it may sound, if I run a farm somewhere and I decide I'm going to keep this food for myself and the government doesn't stop me, sure, that blood may be on my hands, but it's technically not it's not the same when business withholds goods as opposed to when the government can't provide them or withhold them for themselves.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
the government can't be expected to provide everything that their citizens need.
No, they
Well,
did it
this
on
is just-
purpose. So
If the only way they can do it is by oppression, and it's through oppression.
they blocked it from. They blocked supplies coming in to the states in British India, which caused famine.
Who did?
He's talking about British India, and I'm pretty sure he's talking about the oppression, I'll say that in quotes, of the native Indians who lived in that area. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And are you also talking about companies or farms withholding food to create an artificial famine?
Yeah.
Okay. So I already said my piece on that, but now that free market and 1964 have a good idea of what he's talking about, do you guys have anything to say about that?
No, not really.
I just think he needs to provide like an actual policy or something instead of just saying, well.
No, he
this
did. We
cause-
just debunked it.
Yeah,
we just
exactly.
debunked it. So, give me another policy.
Sure, list something else that's a little more oppressive than a company withholding its goods.
Tell me how civilians choosing what they do is oppressive. I'll wait. Dude.
I don't know any policies.
Well, then you can't argue. You can't argue that capitalism is oppressive. If you go, capitalism is oppressive, give me a policy.
It is.
I don't know. Okay, just saying it is isn't making a point. It oppresses people. How? Give me a policy.
Wage slavery. It makes
my
people
God.
poor.
Oh my gosh.
What is he
Do you
talking
think
about?
that slavery?
Wage slavery.
Slavery.
In a completely capitalistic society, now I know you guys don't follow this, but those people within that society are more likely to follow the non-aggression principle.
Yeah.
That would not apply.
Do you know what the non-aggression principle is?
Yes, AMCAP crap.
Yeah, but,
Do you know what it
And
specifically
crap.
is?
No. It's more anarchy crap. But I believe in I believe in the state, and I think that the NAP should be something to follow.
So the point is, if he's talking about slavery, okay, and he's talking about something existing in a capitalistic society, even though he doesn't follow it personally, that capitalistic society is more likely to follow the NAP based on their beliefs, right?
Yeah.
A society like that, more or less following the guidelines of the NAP, is now there might be indentured servants, which is when you owe a debt and you work it off. That's a different story.
Yeah, indentured servants is in no way slavery. It's pretty much being a maid.
I mean, indentured servantry could be considered slavery. I mean,
No, because that's voluntary. Because again,
You're consenting
indentured
to it.
servants are you're voluntarily sending in a contract that says, okay, I will work for you, but you give me money.
Yes.
That is being an indentured servant.
Different. Usually, indentured servants or indentured servantry happens when someone doesn't have the money to pay off the good that they bought. So it usually happens.
yeah, it's like I'll work for you for 5 years and I'll pay off.
Yeah, it happened. It happened in around the
mostly 1860s, and also
when people wanted to move to America, but they didn't have the money. So
and also biblical times, but I'm not about to go there. So
yeah.
are you directly referring to slavery, or are you talking about indentured servants?
Wage slavery.
Wage slavery.
Wait. Well, let me ask both of you. Let me ask both sides. How does wage slavery occur? Someone who wants to go first. How does wage slavery occur in the first place?
When someone works and they're forced to.
But they're not forced to in a capitalist society because there's
are.
there's no. Where's the gun? Show me the gun.
What gun?
The government.
That's
the gun. That's the only gun that's pointed to your head. That's forcing you to. Like that's the only gun there is. The government, because they're forcing you, and because I want people to remember this. Every single thing the government wants you to do, in some way, in some measure, is required by force. So that's why I always use a gun. Because the bigger the government is, the bigger the gun is.
Not true.
Yes, it is.
It's
Because
not.
if there's more regulation, that means there's more things you have to do in order to do what you want.
More regulation.
Therefore, what?
It means it's more fair.
A small what?
No, more regulation means it's more fair.
How is it more fair if there's more regulation? If there's more things that says, okay,
you're saying redistribution is fair.
It is, yeah.
The only thing more regulation does is it
slows down
employees with their employers.
Stops exploitation.
So you're saying more regulation. That means more government, which means more companies or more government is involved, which promotes crony capitalism. You're saying that is fair?
No, crony capitalism is different.
Wait, do you believe that there's a difference between crony capitalism and capitalism?
Yeah, of course there is.
Okay.
I want to know how the workers are exploited if they're the ones who signed up for it in the first place and they knew what they were getting.
It's like sex. It's like sex. Like the demigod Ben Shapiro. Social Marxism is rape and capitalism is consensual sex.
Even taller than Ben Shapiro. Yeah, go on.
But yeah,
so
this should be something really easy to refute for someone of your political belief if you follow it. If someone is in a capitalist society and they agree voluntarily to work for someone to make money, how are they being oppressed if they knew exactly what they signed up for and agreed for it 100%?
Because they're getting paid poorly. They're not getting paid where they can live in good and survivable conditions.
Okay, they could just leave that job then. They don't need to work there.
Yeah, but if they leave their job, they die because they can't afford to pay off the rent.
What stops them from going
food.
to another business or starting their own business?
Yeah. Like
They won't stand a chance because of monopolies.
But monopolies only happen with
they're created by the government.
Well,
No, they're not.
yes, they are. Have you heard of FDR? Have you heard of FDR? No. Have you heard of FDR?
No, I don't. I don't know what it is.
Okay, so what?
You being sarcastic. Yeah, they know FDR. Go on.
Because they're British. I just want to make sure they know our history. What happened was it was almost capitalist. It was almost a capitalist society, and what there was there were some companies merging. So what happened was the government intervened, and there was there was even more companies merging, and through that, the FDR made an act. I forgot what it was called, but it stopped monopolies, and that's what the left does. They mess something up with more government, and then they go, oh, that wasn't right, so they change it with even more government.
Sorry, it wasn't the New Deal. My bad. That's something different. But
What?
I said the New Deal, but what you were talking about was not the New Deal. That was a mistake.
Oh.
Oh yeah. So when you were talking about oppression through wage, because the wage isn't survivable, are you talking about a minimum that is?
Wait, guys, we're going to have to wrap it up because it's gotten to an hour or so. So we'll let the communist side have their closing statement, and then we'll finish it off last because you guys got the point clear. So whoever wants to do their closing statement.
He muted himself. I don't know. You just muted yourself, man. You're supposed to be making
Yeah.
close.
Yeah, you're supposed to be talking.
There you go.
He just unmuted himself. Yeah.
I don't have a closing speech really, to be honest. I don't know what to say.
I have a speech.
About you, Frida?
All right, if you guys,
Käften! Jävla skitunge.
Okay, if you guys can finish it off, I will. We've seen that communism always, no matter what, we will see this every single time, and we've debunked this, and it's true. Communism always leads to poverty, oppression, and homelessness, and hunger. It always leads to that because when you have a gun to your head,
Mute him.
okay, stop jacking off in your microphone and let me finish. Okay? Jesus.
Can somebody mute this guy?
Okay.
Yeah, just mute him.
Yeah. All right.
You can do that.
Who is doing
Yeah, I
it?
know.
Mute him.
We've seen that through
Who's the
communism, when you have a gun to someone's head, they're never going to make the right decision because their decisions are being made for them, and that's why communism does not work. Okay, yo, Sean.
Yeah.
You go.
You want my final thoughts?
Yeah.
Yes. No.
Yes. Go. Final
Okay.
thoughts.
No matter what it is, any authoritarian state that controls the economy, it always leads to economic despair. Examples around the world practicing said, and they always end up the same way. The economy crashes, or the government gets overthrown, or both. And a new, more capitalistic society comes, it rises up, and it establishes a freer, better thinking and more prosperous government than the one before it.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. And I think we hit it to like 30 subscribers, so that's cool.
33.
Thank you guys
Yeah,
for
33.
watching. You guys, if you're commie scum, you can go see Marxist activist, which was Aaron. You can go.
See the far
Frida
left.
doesn't have his own. Doesn't have his own Instagram, but you can go see Harshil. He is Free Market 101. The Florida Libertarian. His Instagram is Libertarian Florida _V2. Vasi Cringe. His Instagram is what's your Instagram? 1964 Movement.
Yeah. Version 3.
Yeah, version 3. And you can look at my Instagram, political 12-year-old. Thank you all for watching, and we'll be airing at 6. So bye.